guys, Robert Fix It here with a quick comparison. It's been a long debate of mine of which phone is better, the 6S or the 7. Being that the 7 costs more than the 6S, is it worth the extra money? And several people have done these types of reviews I've read online, and it's kind of debatable either way. The 6S was cheaper, and so that's why people would pick that, or they were comfortable with it. Some people didn't like the 7 when it came out because it didn't have the headphone jack. That's one of the reasons I didn't like it at first. And of course the 7 was a lot more expensive. So we've now come to the point to where they cost the same. You can pretty much get an iPhone 7 regular size for the same price as a 6S Plus. Either one of these, for example, I would pick up for $100 used. The 6S Plus I just picked up. The 7 I've been using for the last couple of months. I actually originally had a 6S Plus. The limitation with it was that it was only 16 gigabyte, and that's the only reason I got rid of it. I, at the time, was really happy with it. It was fast. I had upgraded from the 6 Plus to the 6S Plus, and there was a noticeable difference. I really didn't want the 7 with the fake home button. I preferred the click type approach. And the 6s are more durable overall as far as dropping and that sort of things, what I found than the 7s. Since then I went to a 7, 7 Plus, 8 and 8 Plus, and I actually found my way back to 7 because I got this one for $100, basically brand new. And I wanted to go back to the small form factor for my pocket. This was too bulky to take in and out, and so I settled on this. Might have got a 7 Plus if I could find a good deal on it just for the camera, but overall this, just as a phone only and just basic apps, the 7 is still great because of the sound. The biggest difference for me was the sound, especially if you're on speaker. The sound is much louder than the older devices only coming from here. The 7 has a front firing speaker and the one down below. Also, if you watch the occasional video, the dual speakers make some big difference. But what I've noticed mostly between the 7 and the 6 Plus was the battery life, because it's a newer device. This device has a 95% battery health. This one has 83. And I've only been using it for half a day, but I'm already noticing a difference in the drain, so I'm going to have to see if I can get a newer battery in here to do a fair comparison. The battery life should be similar, but I think that the efficiency of the 7 processor might help with the battery life over the 6S Plus. So my question for you is, all things being equal, if these were the same price, which would you choose? Some might like to take the 7 for the small form factor, the fact that it's newer. It does win in the home button battle overall, because the recognition of the thumb sensor I found is much faster on the 7. You basically barely have to touch it, whereas the 6 was really slow. The 6S is better. You can just touch it for half a second, but the 7 you almost just barely touch it and it goes right in. So that's, if you're unlocking your phone a lot, that's a good feature of this one. Of course, the size of the 6S Plus is what most people would prefer, especially if you're going to be watching videos, playing games, that sort of thing. I tend to just use this as a phone. And then I had an older iPad I was using for apps and stuff. And the reason why I'm now going back from the 7 to this is because I got a good deal on this one, and I'm switching carriers. So this one will not go over to the new carrier. I'm switching over to Sprint. And I was going to use both side by side and debate, but now the choice has been made for me. So I have to use this one. But I'm going to get another 7 that will work with Sprint, and then see if it's a better comparison. But that's the reason why I'm switching. Some might call it a downgrade. Also, I'm using food delivery services right now, like DoorDash, to deliver items. Due to the situation out there, it's one of the only jobs you can do. And I'm finding that when I'm using navigation and pushing the app, when this is mounted on my dash, it's harder to just at a glance push accept the order, that sort of thing. And so more real estate, that will be better. Also in texting with the OtterBox, some of the corner letters in here are hard to get to because I have big hands, so it's just kind of like texting is kind of weird, and this will help. So that's it. That's the comparison. I think for either person, either one is going to work for you. It just depends on price, but right now I will put a link. You can buy the 7 unlocked on Amazon for $129, and this one is going to be the same price or a little bit cheaper, maybe $115. You can get the 16 gigabyte for $100, but that's too small. So I'll put those links there. You can buy either one refurbished now for only a little over $100. And if you can, just comment below and tell me which one you would choose for the same price and why. And thanks for watching.